So I'm Andrew Leech and I'm the founder of Fleet Evolution. So the purpose of this video, guys, is just to reassure you that an EV isn't just for short journeys, which also often I read, but actually can be so convenient for life. And life, especially when you have a family or an active lifestyle, isn't just short trips to shops. It's trips to cities, it's trips to different tourist attractions. And as you'll see from this video, it's actually a trip touring around the whole of France. So every family is different. For our family, we don't like to be curtailed to one particular hotel. We like to explore. So we did a trip right the way around France, and all in all, we covered about 2,950 miles in total. And all of that, about 2,950 miles, was all done in an electric car. The first night we left on the Monday, we drove down to a hotel just outside Folkestone and stayed overnight, and that hotel had charging there. It was slow chargers, it was what we call destination chargers. So those give you roughly about 20 miles for every hour you're plugged in. And actually at that hotel, the charging was free of charge. Obviously you have to pay for your hotel room, but on any modern app, so Expedia, hotels.com, you can search for hotels that have charging on site. And while you recharge, your car recharges as well. It's perfect. The best thing about road trips generally, so forget whether it's an EV or whether it's petrol or diesel, it's just you really get a chance to explore the whole of the countryside and the whole of the country, wherever you are in the world. So in France, we explored some amazing places. We went to Puy de Fou that we've been to before, but most English people don't know about. Just outside there, we stayed in a site we found on booking.com. We actually stayed in a tree house overnight, just absolutely phenomenal. It's amazing to do all that, but too many people are scared about doing these trips in an EV. With an EV, it's simple, especially in France now. The infrastructure there, they have something like 120,000 charge points now. I didn't plan the route particularly going down there other than where I wanted to be. I just waited till I was down to about 40 miles left in my car and pulled over at the next services, which were all highlighted with a little carver plug at the back to show me where the charge points were. And apart from one stop where I had to wait for about 5 minutes, we never had to wait for a charge point. It was so simple. The other thing which people don't actually understand is the actual cost saving. So everybody knows, or hopefully knows, that if you charge an EV at home, it's going to cost you about £5 for 200 miles. But especially in the UK, it can be quite expensive when you're going further afield and need to charge publicly. Not necessarily a problem, because most of us will only do that 5 times a year, but something you need to sometimes bear in mind. In France, it was actually amazing. So we spent in total £400 for all of our charging for the whole trip. Most of our journeys were done on their toll roads, so we're cruising at 80 miles an hour. I looked on Parker's at a similar spec A5, because I have the Audi e-tron, sorry Q5 because I have the Audi e-tron, and fuel economy would be at that mileage around about 38 miles to the gallon. And looking at that range and the price on diesel on the toll roads, you're looking at about £600 if you were to spend the equivalent amount or do the equivalent journey in the diesel equivalent of my car. So again, you can do it a lot cheaper than you can in petrol or diesel as well. I know I'm getting lots of hate in the comments of this, guys. I've got all the facts and figures. It's an inconvenient truth, I apologise. A lot of people don't realise with an EV, it's just you're driving in fresh air inside, and that gives you also a cost saving. In France, for example, you need, now forgive my pronunciation, I didn't buy one of these, so I don't need to know it because I was in an EV. A critère, I think it's a critère or something like that. If you go into major city centres, we didn't need to buy one of those. We could drive through France and drive through Paris, where everybody was queuing, there's pollution everywhere, just in a really comfortable, clean, relaxing environment. EVs are the most simple or most convenient way to actually travel and do these trips. We do surveys regularly amongst our customers and just why their employees may or may not be taking EVs. And a lot of the feedback we get is people believe the charging infrastructure isn't quite there. In England, it's ramped up massively over the last couple of years, but in France, they're leaving us way behind. They've literally had 120,000 charge points installed as of January this year, and they're increasing that by 41% every year. So it's absolutely perfect environment just to go and do these road trips. It's absolutely convenient, it's totally clean, it's cost effective. The saving I've made on fuel paid for a very, very, very nice meal on anniversary just outside Paris. It was just absolutely fantastic. So in our EV, we've done a few things. We did Italy a few years ago. We've done the Alps a couple of times. I know that got lots and lots of views and lots of comments from people, so feel free to have a look at that video if you want to. The key takeaway from this really is where's your EV going to take you next, guys? So it's the perfect environment, it just needs a perfect plan for a journey for you to go out and enjoy it.